Whoop whoop. Thanks so much for checking the video out. Thanks for being here. I'm going to be here every single Monday, Monday afternoon, sharing my experience, strength, and hope with you guys in hopes of planting some sort of seed of inspiration. So if you have a question or in need of some guidance or motivation, please leave that in the comment section or send me an email or a message or a DM. Somehow get a hold of me and I'll be sure to answer the question every single Monday here on the Zach Gowen YouTube channel. But thank you again so much for being here. The first question comes from my good friend Jenny Blanchette. And I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't have the question in front of me, but if I remember correctly, she asked me, because she's dealing with a disability herself, she has kids, and that's a lot to deal with on a daily basis. So she wanted to know how I maintained momentum or positive energy as I go from day to day. How do I do this every single day? And the answer for me is I don't have much of a choice. My life in terms of my spirituality is a toggle switch. It's either on or it's off. There's not much dimmer. There's not much in between. There's not a lot of gray area. So either I'm in a cycle of shame and self-implosion, so to speak, where I can't get out of off my couch and I'm drowning in a depression, or I'm on the other side of that, which is a life of service and a life of love and a life of light, so to speak. But what I do on a daily basis, and it's hard because, yeah, we have disabilities, right? We have kids. Everybody has something they have to overcome, right? Whether it's depression or addiction or a sick loved one. Everybody has a job. Everybody has bills. Rent is always due on the 1st. That goes for everybody. See, what I've found, and I've been blessed with a life full of adversity. I've been blessed with a life full of adversity, but I've been given these tools to overcome that, and I hope I can share these tools with you. The main thing that I've found is that life isn't about what happens to us. Life is about how we respond to what happens to us. How are my reactions? You know, I'm only really responsible for 3 things in my life, and this has been my experience: my attitudes, my reactions, and my actions. And how do I get to a place where all 3 of those things are being utilized on a positive level, coming from a place of light and good? And the answer for me is self-care. And I have to do a certain number of things every single day because I'm wired terribly. I have terrible wiring, right? I have a history of cancer, a history of alcoholism, a history of drug addiction, come from a broken home, come from abuse as a kid. So my wiring is incredibly messed up. But the most beautiful thing about being a human being is our ability to rewire ourselves. We can rewire ourselves. Jaguars and panda bears can't rewire themselves. If they're a defective panda bear, they're done. If it's a defective jaguar, he's done, right? But human beings, we have opposable thumbs, and we have the ability to rewire ourselves. And we can start over and live a new life any time we want to, and to me that's amazing. You know, we live in one of the greatest countries in the world during the greatest time in the world. There's so much opportunity around us, but what it comes down to for me is my willingness to change. Where is my willingness at? And for me, it's about that willingness to practice self-care. I have to practice self-care. It's a lot easier for me to take care of somebody else than it is for me to take care of me. But if I'm praying every day, if I'm meditating every day, if I'm of service every day, if I'm making my bed every single day, if I'm taking care of myself physically, if I'm watching what foods I put in my body, these little things over the course of a day add up. And then before I know it, it's 1 minute at a time to 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, then it's 1 week at a time, and before I know it, I'm living a life I've always dreamed about that I never knew was possible, thanks to my willingness to take care of myself. So I hope that helps. Again, thank you for your question, Jenny. Nice hearing from you, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Again, if you have a question or comment, need of motivation or inspiration, put it in the comments. Send me an email or a DM or a message, whatever that looks like for you, and I'll be happy to answer it. Thanks for checking it out. Whoop, whoop.